The Organization for Responsible Governance, or ORG, is continuing its Pathway to the Polls, which is a campaign to help Bahamians make informed choices. Joining us this morning is our good friend, Ari Wells. She is the Senior Manager of the ORG Outreach Team, and she's here to tell us more about what tools, workshops, and resources are available ahead of May 12th. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you all so much for having me.
Yes, we welcome you. We welcome ORG and all the important work that you do. Let's jump in. What is the Pathway to the Polls campaign all about?
Cool. So at org, we say that informed citizens are empowered citizens. And so with this upcoming election, we had to continue our voter education program. And we call it Pathway to the Polls because that's exactly what it is. We are providing you with a step-by-step to get from, become a registered voter and then make your vote at the ballot box. And so we've been doing a lot around that. We created a handbook going straight into the community. We brought this voter education pop-up simulation that I want you to do for people that don't want to read the handbook. We created a brochure, so something that's a little bit shorter. So, and hopefully, using the brochure, we can reel you in to get you to read the handbook. And if you don't want to do either of those, then at the very least, you can check out our pop-up and feel inspired. So we're asking the question, do you think that your vote matters in the next election?
Does my vote matter?
Well, you got to tell me. So I want you to, you got to step right up into your box.
Let's do it.
Awesome. And so what he has here is his ballot, and the vote is private. So I'm not going to look because I want it to be, anonymous. So he's going to mark whether or not he thinks that his vote matters in the next election. And once, X marks the spot.
Carry the 3,
Give him some time.
divide by 7. Okay, here we go. All
Boom.
right.
Now you're going to fold that up for me, and you're going to drop it in your ballot box. It's as close to the simulation as we could get, guys. I'm still not looking. I don't
Keep
want
it a
to know.
secret. No, that's a bad ballot.
Boom.
Right. Here we go.
And then you're going to mark your thumb so
Any
that you can
particular
say,
thumb?
up to you, to say that you
Pow!
did your civic duty. There you go. And so we've been taking this into the community. We've been looking for more opportunities to take this into the community. We're offering workshops around our voter insight tool, which is a tool that we created to help people to think critically about the candidates that they have to choose from and the parties that they have to choose from. And so all of these resources are on orgbahamas.com/vote. And we are really looking for more opportunities to partner with schools, businesses, other civic groups. We have 11 partners right now. Yeah, so we've got 11 civic partners. They've came on and they've assisted us with distributing our resources to their networks, and then we're doing the same. So if you're attached to a civic group and you would like to do something like this or host a 1-hour workshop, you can let me know, and I'm open to coming in to talk to you for an hour.
How has the public responded so far to your campaign? I know I looked through the website, which is very user-friendly. Lots of great information there. I really like the voter insight tool and the idea of accessing the platforms and I guess the manifestos of the parties and the candidates. Some people say they may not be easy to reach. So tell us, what was behind the idea for the voter insight tool and how have people been responding to it?
Okay, so that was like 2 questions. So the first one being like, what was the response to the program, right? I think voter apathy has been somewhat of a hot button topic in this election, and it's something that we're facing. A lot of people are registered, and that's great, but they're not actually making it out to the polls. And I think that it's because a lot of people, they're not making the connections between their everyday lives and the policy that these, candidates are putting forward. And so with a lot of our other tools and our other programs, that's why we're running them, so that we can start to educate people, so that when times like this come, people feel more prepared to make decisions. And then the other question,
Voter insight tool, how have people responded to it?
So we've gotten great feedback so far. Someone reached out to me yesterday. They had like these whole like graphics that they created for themselves using the tool that we created. And so seeing that on social media and seeing people responding to that post, it's very encouraging, but the work has really only begun, even though we're only 3 weeks away from election day. But we are feeling encouraged. We want to take this out into the community even further. We want more people to be utilizing the voter insight tool because, like you say, it was designed to be very user friendly. And so even if it's not, we went that extra step of saying, you know what, If you don't think that it's user-friendly, I will personally come into your group and I will talk to you all for an hour to make sure that you understand how to use the tool. And the cool thing about it is that it allows you to choose what topics you care about.
Yes.
And so, yes, we're looking at the manifestos and we're looking at the candidates, but it's based on what you care about. If you're a doctor or a nursing student and you say, well, I care about healthcare, then you're able to say, well, this is what I care about, this is the thing that I want to look at. And then it helps you to define and look at what a credible source is and identify that and then plug it into the tool so that you can make sure that you're not feeding into that sensationalism.
I was going to
that
ask,
comes
does it
with the
matter if
election.
we know what the candidate is putting forth? Aren't we just voting for the party?
So I think that herd mentality is a serious thing that we have to combat, and I think that the younger generation is getting there, right? I think that the younger generation is saying, you know, I'm not just gonna vote because, well, my daddy told me I can vote. A lot of people are genuinely looking to make informed decisions, but it's a two-way street. I think that there needs to be more opportunities for civic dialogue. Candidates need to be coming into communities as well. The information needs to be digestible, and that's why this tool was created, to help people kind of like weed through the sensationalism and weed through like the misinformation that's spreading so that people can actually begin to make informed decisions.
Tell us how important the youth are in this election cycle, in all elections, and why they should attend the Youth Voter Education Workshop.
Oh, let's talk about the Youth Voter Education Workshop. But I mean, it's critical. It's people keep saying that the youth are the future, but that's not the case. The youth has always been the present, the now, and you know, we've seen a lot of young voters be disenfranchised in the last election with the snap election and with no fixed election date. And so we have to make sure that youth have meaningful opportunities to engage, because it's really the youth that are going to be you know, affected by the decisions that are being made on their behalf.
Yes.
So we have to be very careful and make sure that, you know, we give the youth the respect that they deserve.
Oh yeah, we wait for them, right?
Okay.
tell us about the workshop before we go.
So one of the most important things about this partnership with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture that we have is that we're hosting a workshop where we're getting youth parliamentarians, youth at large, the general public, anyone is welcome to attend, truly, on May 2nd. We are going to the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, where we're doing a 1-hour workshop where we're going through that tool. And like I say, you get to look at what information, what topics do you care about, and you get to plug that into the tool so that when you get to the ballot box, you feel prepared to make an informed decision.
Fantastic. If persons want to participate in the workshop, find out more about the tool or about org, how do they find you guys?
Okay, you can call me at 432-3397. Or you can look at orgbahamas.com/vote for all of our resources.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Ari, thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for all the wonderful work that org is doing,
Thank you.
for an informed election where all the youth turn out and everybody's thumb is.
Yes, there you go.
In case you wanted to know, yes, my vote does matter in the next election.
There we go.
Thanks for joining us this morning. You're watching us in Bahamas at Sunrise. Remember, your vote matters. Get out and vote. We'll be right back.